Hello everyone. So I had a lot of people this year asking me about chaga, where to find it, what to do with it, what it is. I know a lot of people have seen it before. It just kind of looks like a burned piece of wood on the tree. Usually when people find this that don't know about chaga, they just think it's just another lump on the tree. I passed this as a kid probably 100, 200 times, not thinking anything about it. This right here is an actual mushroom, believe it or not. It is a growth on this tree, which is actually a parasite, slowly sucking the life out of this tree. But it would take years and years and years for it to kill this tree. This here is a good sized chunk of chaga. It's been here for a long time. As you can see, the whole center is gone. It's usually filled with a whole mass that will come out to a point, and the bigger ones, the insides are hollow. Now, as you can see, this is on a birch tree, a live birch tree. I find silver birch, black birch are usually the best for chaga. Once in a while I'll find them on a white birch, but it depends on the elevation. The elevation has to be right, the moisture has to be right, and the downwind through these hollows. I live in northern Pennsylvania in the Appalachian Mountains, and I can range all the way down to the creek side to the mountaintop and find it, but it's all about how your hollow is and which way the wind's coming from is where you'll find the larger chaga. With chaga, to remove chaga, I'm not going to remove this piece, but I'm just going to give you a little bit of an insight on how to remove chaga safely without really messing up the tree. Like I said, as you see, this one has multiple pieces to it, one here, one up here. I would basically take the bigger pieces of it because they are, the older pieces. Just like any hunter would do, you don't go for the smaller animal, you want to go for the bigger one. When you remove this, you want to leave at least 1/3 of that mushroom on that tree, so that way it can come back. You're not totally destroying the tree itself, and the mushroom can keep on growing. Inside these mushrooms are some of the best nutrients you can get out of these mountains. I know over in Siberia and China, they call this the god of plants for a reason. I sell it as chunked down into powder. Also, you dry it out completely. You can break it down into a powder, make teas that you steep it into a tea. A lot of people make their tinctures out of that. I'm not really into making tinctures and stuff, but it's got a great immune booster, antioxidants. I mean, you just name it, it is in here. And they say that if somebody were to start drinking chaga tea the rest of their life, that they would probably live at least 10 years longer, 5 to 10 years longer than the average person. So it's a great mushroom to learn. Easy to find. Once you find it, you have an eye for it for days. You'll be just spotting these black spots all over these birch trees. I know I've been hiking for about an hour now and I've spotted a good 5-6 chunks. Just don't over-harvest. General rule with getting mushrooms, don't ever over-harvest these things. If you're on a trail and you see 10 chunks of chaga, take maybe 4 or 5. Leave the rest, man. Let them go, especially if they're small. Find your big ones. They're the ones that have been there for a long time. Take them down safely. Yeah, and that's about it. But as far as collecting goes, when I collect these, I bring them home. A lot of people will oven dry them, air dry them, whatever you want to do. I usually let mine sit for about a week with air drying. Brings out all the moisture out of these, because there is a lot of locked in moisture, even with the warmer temperatures here. I generally harvest in the wintertime when they're frozen and all the nutrients are really sucked into the tree or into the mushroom itself. But you bring it home, chunk it down, process it down into a powder, and you could use it as a tea, tincture, whatever you wanted to do. They're a good little mushroom to have. But anyways, yep, so anybody that's wondering, that right there is chaga. Chaga mushroom. Alright guys, well this is going to be the first of many videos I do as far as foraging for beginners. I'm no expert. I'm not, claim to be the best in these mountains or anything like that, but I do know a little bit, so I like spreading the knowledge. If you guys have any questions, comment below. You can visit me over at the Hickory Grove on Facebook. We have an Etsy store where you can see what we make with these mushrooms. We have chaga up there. Even if you wanted to buy a few chunks and check it out. We are on Etsy. Like I said, our name's the Hickory Grove. Yeah, that's about it. See you next video.